Hello and welcome to the message tonight, y'all. Today has been a very interesting day, a very transformative day for me in a lot of ways. A lot of energy's been hitting me, a lot of just inner emotions, inner feelings, and I feel that this is really relevant for the message for tonight. I feel like a lot of people right now are feeling some tower moments, feeling some shadows maybe coming up, but I don't get that these are necessarily like dramatic tower moments. I feel that these are inner tower moments. These are residual feelings coming up from times past. And the feeling is that these are shadows being revealed that intuitively you might have felt all along, but that are now ready to be seen. So I want to pull some cards just to see where we're going to go. I'm so excited. Today I went out and bought a bunch of new Oracle and Tarot decks. I picked them intuitively, and I'm so excited because I feel like they're going to really be able to help us deepen the messages as the days and weeks progress. Yeah, I'm excited. So, although there are these endings happening and these emotions coming up, it's like there are new beginnings as well. There's new to look forward to. But even when good news is coming in, good news, even when good things are coming in, it can still feel scary. It can still feel destabilizing. It can still feel like a tower. So, let's get into it, shall we? Vulture. With moth. Absolutely. So this tells me right now there are things coming up for us in this collective. This reading's for me too, by the way, just so y'all know. I really needed this. I was going to be going to bed, but I just felt like Spirit's got a message coming on, so here we are. Something here is being illuminated from the darkness that needs to be purified, needs to be brought back into balance, needs to be cleansed. Plain and simple, really. That's really what these oracles are talking about. Something wants to be seen within you. Something wants to be seen, it wants to be heard, it wants to be honored. And for some of you, I get that this is maybe hitting you out of left field a little bit. It feels like it's coming out of nowhere. But for a lot of you, I feel that this is something you've known or you've gotten tastes of all along. And now it's just time for you to reckon with it, if you will. This could be a realization about a relationship you have. This could be a realization about a lifestyle. It could be a realization about a job. But whatever it is, it's something big. 333 on the timer. It has to do with a community of yours. Let's get into the tarot. That's the thing though here, right, is that confirmation part. Spirit's like, yes, let's move on to the tarot. Whatever's being illuminated here, you have to remember it's part of the treasure. If it's shadow, if it's a part of a shadow aspect of you, Carl Jung talks about this. The shadow holds some of our greatest treasures, some of the greatest keys to us being able to move forward in our lives in more authentic ways, in more expressive ways, and in our highest potential. And from my experience, that is absolutely true. So Spirit, what do you need us to know? 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands reverse, 10 of Swords. That's the feeling here, the 10 of Swords here. It's an ending. You're experiencing an ending, 444 on the timer. And you knew this ending was coming. And it might feel painful. But it's necessary. And it's ending nonetheless. something that's been painful for a long time for you, so that you can have this Nine of Pentacles, so that you can move forward with what you haven't been able to move forward with. I feel that for a lot of you, you know that you are this Nine of Pentacles, right? In her abode, in her garden, lush, beautiful, infinite potential. But it feels that you've been unable to move forward. You've been unable to bring your ships in to sea. You've been unable to wrangle yourself to grow into what you know and have had glimpses of and flashes of in your mind's eye, right? Of your potential. But I think it's because whatever this is here that's rising to the surface now, this self-limiting belief, this revelation about the situation you're in, 555 on the timer, great change, great upheaval, it's coming up so that you can move forward with that. Because whatever it is it's been blocking you from this. It's been stopping you. What else here, Spirit? What else? What else? What else? I feel such like a bird's eye view kind of perspective right now. Like Spirit feels like it's giving me like a bird's eye view, saying like, it's almost like a wink from Spirit, just this smile, this sense of it's all okay, this sense of serenity, this sense of landing in unconditional love. It's just this like, this knowing of the game, right? This being able to see this is all part of it. This is all part of the unfolding. And the smile and the smirk is because it's like whatever is coming through this process is all part of the greater plan. It's all part of the greater story of you. All part of it, all part of becoming exactly who you've known yourself to be and seen yourself to be in your mind's eye. Spirit's saying like this is the beautiful part. This is the really beautiful part, this alchemy, because when you go through moments like this, tower moments or upheavals or shadow moments, it's like it is guaranteed that whatever comes out on the other side of this, if faced directly, 747 on the timer, that's one of my numbers, that everything's working out. It is inevitable that on the other side of these moments, there is so much, I can't even find the words for it right now, but I feel the energy. The level of revelation, the level of realization, self-realization, the level of power, and the level of love, the level of illumination, that's it, illumination, that's the word, the level of illumination, nothing else in this world, it's invaluable, nothing else can beat it. And nothing else can lead us to those moments of illumination the way that these shadow and tower moments can. Yep, that's the way it is. Spirit says that's the way it is. I felt like I was just trying to like peep through my window here to try to see there's this like light outside, and I was trying, is that the moon? Is that a light? It's like I couldn't quite see it, and I feel that that's also part of this here. It's like you're looking through the peephole, you're looking through the shadow, and it's not quite clear, but it's rising up. It's starting to, what's the word here? Recollect. Interesting. Sometimes I gotta get out of the way for Spirit, you know? Sometimes I'm searching for a word and I can't find it, and then Spirit just gives me another word, and I'm like, really? But that was the word. 5 of Cups reverse, 6 of Cups upright. So this tells me this is some kind of childhood wound, maybe for some of you. some kind of loss, some kind of deep grief, some kind of feeling of unbelonging, even some loneliness, some deep emotional pain, feeling of emptiness that began in childhood for you somehow, in some way. This is being brought up. This reverse tells me this isn't something that's happening now or that's even happened recently. This is telling me this is something that's been buried underneath the surface for a long time. This could have to do with your relationship with your parents. That's often where a lot of our childhood emotional pain comes from, you know. Could have to do with anybody though. Could have to do with anything that happened. Remember that when something's coming up for you from childhood, it can feel so charged, it can feel so intense, it can feel so scary, it can feel like existential almost. It can feel like you're dying. 11:11 all the time. It can feel like you're dying. It can feel like everything is destabilizing. And obviously if it's too intense, then, you know, back off. But at the same time, don't resist it either. This is your inner child needing to have space held for it to feel, to be acknowledged, to process what he or she went through, right? Genuinely. It's part of honoring ourselves. It's part of changing the self-abandonment pattern, right? If we were abandoned ourselves by our caretakers or by those around us in early life, it's easy for us to learn to abandon ourselves. But we can change this from within when we become old enough and wise enough to understand and see ourselves more clearly. 12:12 on the timer. When we have the ability to parent ourselves, if you will. Not even if you will, that is exactly what's happening. You're reparenting yourself here. 5 of Cups upright. And the 8 of Cups. Okay, definitely. You're walking away from something that you keep reviving in the present. So this wound, this emotional, deep, like I get that it's so deep. It's a deep wound, and you might not even remember where it came from in the beginning. You might not even remember where this sense of emotional loss or longing or abandonment or unbelonging came from. But what I'm getting here now that this is upright is it's haunting you in the present. It recreates itself in the present in so much of what you do, maybe even subconsciously, and you don't even realize it because it's become so ingrained in your subconscious patterning and so normal to you, normalized to your psychology and your spirit, that this is what you carry with you and recreate, to the point that you might think the original thing that happens to you was something that was also just something that was recreated from the original thing, if you know what I mean there. That's a little complicated, so whatever. But the point is, Spirit really wants you to walk away from this. This is what this whole process is doing. It's time to really walk away from some kind of pattern you've been repeating for too long, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. It's been, you know, it's been a time too long. That a time too many that you have repeated this story in your life, and Spirit's saying it's time for you to move on to clearer waters. Time for you to move on to just a better life. Justice reverse. 8 of Swords. Spirit's saying, like, it's such an injustice to you and to your life. It's an imbalance that's causing you to feel so much anxiety, so much shame, so much guilt that you don't deserve to feel. So much of this, right? She's wearing the blindfold, and in a lot of ways she puts the blindfold on herself. She believes this is what is happening to her all around her. She believes everyone's against her. She believes that everything in the world is out to get her. There's always something around the corner seeking to have malice or bad intentions. But Spirit's saying you're doing an injustice to yourself and your life by living this way. This isn't the way to live life. It almost becomes confirmation verb. It almost becomes you punishing yourself. You punish yourself in a lot of ways by living in this way, and by continuing to feed into this story. And again, this isn't to guilt or shame you whatsoever, because this is so often out of our control until we become conscious of the pattern. It's subconscious, it's ingrained. It was something that was put onto us at a young age, that we had no choice when it was put on us. And then we wonder, why do I do the things I do as an adult? Why do I feel this way all the time? Like, why is this happening to me? Well, because it's subconscious. You don't know, you don't see it until it's ready to make itself known, which this vulture is telling me, and this Lunama, it's time. That's why you're feeling it come to the surface. So rather than try to push it down, shove it away, resist it, which will usually only make it worse, it's time to see it, to honor it, to allow it. You have the strength now to do this. You have the ability to hold space. You can experience and process any emotion through you. It's not going to hurt you. You have the power to hold this. Two of Wands reverse. And strength. Yeah, what I get from that is it's time to stop kind of, how do I articulate the energy of what I'm feeling with this Two of Wands here, Spirit? It's like, I just feel like I see with this that you're just you're holding all these, it's like you're holding ideas, you're holding options in your hand, because the Two of Wands talks about like that point in our process of life, right? When we get a good idea, when we get an inspiration with the Ace of Wands, it's like, oh, that's so great. Spirit will give us this strike of inspiration. And then the Two of Wands is about trying to brainstorm or come up with how we can make that happen. It's about, okay, I have these options in front of me. Which way am I going to go? And I feel like with this, it's like you get stuck in this a lot. You get stuck in indecision. You get stuck in almost like overthinking what should just be a very natural choice, or overthinking what should just be like a very natural flow, I guess, very instinctual. Because of this, right? But Spirit's saying that with this coming up and being released, it's like you're going to have the strength now to make these choices for yourself. This could also be saying you have the strength now, like I was just saying, you have the strength to hold all of this in your hand. You have the strength to hold all the different options in your hand here that could be coming up. Like maybe there are multiple things that want to come up. Spirit saying you can do it now. You can hold these inner deeper paths I'm hearing too, like these deeper inner dreams that you've pushed away. Interesting. What else, Spirit? Strength. Strength and death. You have the strength to make it through this death, this ending, okay? Leo and Scorpio energy. Very relevant for me. You have the strength. See, this is like light and dark to me. You have the strength here of the light. You have the strength of spirit. You have the strength of character, and everything else you've healed thus far. You wouldn't have watched this far in the video if you hadn't healed and known what I'm talking about here. You have the strength to make it through I almost said another death. You've been through a lot of deaths and rebirths in your life. You've been through this shadow before. You've been through this situation before. You've faced it before. So it's just another round, the cycle, the process. This is the circle of life. This is how it works. Again, that smiling, that spirit winking. It's like, this is it. This death is the great, it's like a great illusion, right? The death is the great ending, and it's the pain just before coming out into this beautiful new life, this new illumination. You have the strength to make it through this. You have the character to do it. Trust yourself in that. I'm going to pull from one of my new card decks, the Divine Abundance Oracle, to leave you with a message. to end this reading. This energy has been so beautiful. Hummingbirds and tigers are significant. I saw a hummingbird earlier today in my garden, and I've seen tigers a lot recently, so their symbolism could be very significant here. Okay, Spirit, what's the closing message for this collective before I leave them off into a beautiful night, evening, morning, day, wherever they are? What's the closing message here? What's the closing message? Space. Give yourself space. Give yourself time to process this. Big time. Away from all the noise. Time to go through all the cards to, shuffle around in there. Inner child. Allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. What did I say? What did I say? All right. I'm feeling Matthew McConaughey right now. How beautiful. That to me is exactly the embodiment of the emotional wound coming up. When that emotional wound is coming up, just think of that. Think of that child in that position, right? That's you, like your child self. Think about protecting it, right? With the petals of that flower. Think about like your parent self being the flower, protecting that inner child, that sensitive wound, even if it feels scary, even if it feels intense. Don't abandon, right? Don't abandon your inner child when that comes up. Hold it. Hold space for it. You have the strength to do it now. And this is the beauty. This is the divine alchemy. This is the divine, this is the moment, the milestone when you realize you have become your own best parent, 2222. Your relationship with yourself has now become paramount. And within that, you feel unstoppable. You feel invincible. Because you really are when you know yourself in that way. All right, that's your reading. I love you lots. This is such a tender, beautiful energy. I'm with you in it. And I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks so much. See you in the next one. Bye.